Hello, I'm Hannah, and this is Hannah's Books. Today, I want to make a short video that is an unboxing of very special books that arrived recently from the Brattle Book Shop. Steve Donahue found these books in the sale lot and asked the Brattle to send them to me. I already know what these books are, although I haven't opened the box. Technically, the box has been opened, as you can see. Due to an injury, I asked a friend to cut it open and to do some of the preliminary unwrapping and then to put the cardboard back on top. So it would make it a little bit easier for me to film. Opening a package from the Brattle is always quite an experience. The books are wrapped in brown paper and then they're cushioned with bubble wrap to keep them perfectly safe. With books from the sale lots, that's not such a big deal, but I gather that a lot of the books they ship out are actually rare books or collectible items that buyers want to keep in absolute pristine condition. And these look like they are in very pristine condition themselves. They are Emily Dickinson's Critical Assessments, edited by Graham Clark, Volume 1. Now, this book looks a little bit blue on my screen here. They're actually vivid purple. For those of you who saw my recent Victober TBR, I talked a little bit about one of the challenges to spin a color wheel and then whatever it lands on to read a book that has a cover with that color. I spun purple. I've seen very few purple books in my lifetime, actually, but these definitely qualify as purple, at least in real life. However, they don't qualify as Victorian. They were written in the 19th century, but Emily Dickinson is a 19th century American poet. I said this was volume 1, but of course, there is also volume 2. Quite a bit thicker is volume 3. And perhaps even thicker is volume 4. So let me talk you through what is in them. Volume 1 is about biographies and early studies, and includes the rather long biography by Genevieve Taggart, The Life and Mind of Emily Dickinson, which was written in 1930, as well as the work of Josephine Pollitt and Millicent Todd Bingham. Volume 2 is broken into 3 sections. The first is early responses, and here we get a number of pieces from Thomas Wentworth Higginson and Mabel Loomis Todd, as well as other people who had some connection to Dickinson within her lifetime. The second section is poets on the poetry, where poets from the 20th century are responding to the work of Emily Dickinson. And here we get pieces written by Hart Crane and Archibald MacLeish, Richard Wilbur, John Berryman, Adrienne Rich, Amy Lowell, Ted Hughes, etc. And the third section of volume 2 are early reviews. And interestingly, many of these are anonymous, more than I would expect, I think. Volume 3 has criticism from the 1900s to the 1970s, broken down chronologically by decades. So in the 1900s, we get just a few choices from Ella Gilbert Ives and Elizabeth Shipley Sargent. The 1920s has Percy Lubbock and Anna Mary Wells and a few others. The 1930s with Granville Hicks and Cleanth Brooks and Robert Penn Warren. The 1940s, etc., up through the 1970s. And then in volume 4, we get the criticism of the 1980s and the 1990s, which was contemporary to the publication of these books. Here we get more names that I'm familiar with, including Sandra Gilbert and Christiane Miller, who edited the letters of Dickinson that were published earlier this year. and also the scholarship of Graham Clark, who actually edited this whole series. So volume 4 is the last book in the series. There is no scholarship in these books from the 21st century. I gather there's a book of 21st century scholarship that's been written, though. The volume cost almost $200. So, Steve, if you happen to spot that in the Brattle sale lot, snap it up. Thanks, Steve, for finding these and thinking about me. Thanks to the Brattle for sending them. And thanks to all of you for joining me today here on Hannah's Books. See you soon.